All praises and glory goes to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Yakakwadash. Double and honors to the elders at GMS who's pushing this truth with all truth and sincerity. Shalom. And this is an article from Dallas Morning News, and it says the workforce, Khazar homeless situations must be comprehensive. And this starting here, it says another Arctic cold front descend on the Dallas this week. Conditions were most dangerous for our communities and the housed population. On the night of January the 9th, the last time temperatures plummeted down freezing and snow blanketed the city, I stood inside the city Dallas in encampment weather shelter IWS at Fair Park, surrounded by nearly 950 men and women seeking refuge from the cold. In a adjacent overflow facility, over 400 people crowded in, grateful for any warmth they should find. Despite my 2 decades of working addressing homeless and sheer scale of human need a night was overwhelming. I am so grateful for Austin Street's shelter, our calling, housing for the Stupot, Parkland, Dallas Police, Office of Homeless Solutions, and many local agencies and voters who worked together to respond to this crisis. As I observed the intake of guests, I realized many of the individuals had nowhere else to go. Not because they hadn't been offered housing, but because their struggles with mental illness, addictions, or trauma made staying housed nearly impossible without continued support. And a lot of people are going homeless, and I was reading a video the other day, and I think in Cali or in New York, those 2 states, a lot of 18-year-olds and a lot of people in their teens, has became homeless, in the year 2025, a lot of this young generation has been becoming homeless, man, and with the stuff that Esau pushes in the media and all this stuff, it's not going to get any better, man. This generation, if you brothers heard it, is cooked, man. These young generations, man, which I'm young, I'm only 21, but when I look at 18-year-olds, that's doing what they want, man. I look and there's no good fruits, man, that's coming from our young generation, man. It's all just defiled and evil, man. There's nothing good coming from this young generation that America's breeding up, man. These young group of people, man. And even foremost, the ones that's still in school, man, high school, middle school, all the way to elementary, man, they're cooked, man. Generation Z, or X, whichever one. But moving forward, a lot of people are becoming homeless, and Nero Trump, he's firing off people in the federal agencies, man, up there in Washington, and while he's firing people up there in Washington, it's trickling down to the states, man, to the different states, And reading into it, it says after a mass layoff, some federal agencies are trying to bring back employees. So after he fires the people, he's trying to bring them back. But what he's actually trying to do, he's trying to downsize basically the government and A lot of people are waking up to these to Trump, to narrow, man, and saying it's a coup, and saying even the judges can't help in time, man. So somebody has to take action, and they're looking towards these old leaders, man. That used to be in the office, man. But they're all bunched up together, man. And this can very well cause uh and I'm not saying it will, but this could very well cause a division, and the people rising up against the police and the president, and taking these higher officials down, man. I was reading on what one lady said. She called it a coup, man. You know, and it can't be stopped. But they're looking to these leaders to step in and say something, but they're all bunched up together, man. As soon as these people find out that uh, Trump and Elon Musk isn't for them, man, and they're really against them, that's when they're gonna start tearing shit up, man. And very well all hell can break loose from this, which we know all hell is gonna break loose. We just don't know full in the detail what's gonna happen, man. But this could very well come down to it. I mean, we are in 2025, and we are in these times, in the last days, man. To where Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is gonna start uh, uh, letting his prophecy go forth, man. Push his prophecy forward, man. Because right now we're in the grace period. But reading on, 1,000 of federal workers are losing their jobs as a part of Trump's administration efforts to drastically downsize the government. The sweeping cuts are being felt across areas and agencies, from the public to consumers protection to national parks. Staffers at some agencies says the notification process has been chaotic, leaving their employment status, team's future unclear. To add confusion, some employees have received termination notices only to have their firing reversed within days or even hours. And how confusing is that, man? Knowing that you got fired and then they want to hire you back. You know, that's frustrating, man. And that's how America is. And this effort by the informal Department of Government Agency DOGE, the cross-agency team tasked by the President Trump to slash federal spending, is not the first to try to downsize the federal government. And I guess this the DOGE team, they're trying to slash federal spending, but really they're not even trying to help, man. They're not trying to help you American people. They're trying to forward their agenda, man. Their agenda is that NWO, that New World Order, man. And if I can remember on one of these articles, it was talking about how they're trying to get rid of homelessness, but if they really wanted to, they would have been done it, man. By the amount of money Trump has been putting into these other nations and other shit that doesn't matter, and if you actually listen to Trump and all the shit that he goes into, the money just been splurging on wickedness, man. It's been splurging on stupid shit that doesn't even matter, man. And that's what America is, man. It's a place of confusion, man. It's a place of confusion. It's America's actually pretty stupid, man. And America needs to go. The amount of money that's been splurging into the LGBTQ ABCD agencies and stuff like that has been crazy, man. If I can remember, they sent $1 billion or $1 trillion to implant facility or something, to where you change something on your body, man. I forgot it. I think it was part of the ABCDEFG community or something like that. But if they really wanted to stop homelessness, they would have done so. And A lot of people are hitting uh are not getting jobs. Even the young folks, man. I went to a job uh intervention not too long ago, and there was to be honest, a lot of young Jakes. They're not working, man. You know, they're not working at all. You know, and it was mostly it was it was mostly women. You know, but you know there was guys in the midst, but the amount of a young black woman not working in America is pretty high, man. These women aren't working, man. You know, and you know, I was gonna get into this, but I think I think I made my point. But since a lot of homelessness is increasing, man, there's a lot of crime, a lot of drugs, a lot of gangs that gets involved. These young kids are the young generation of America, man. They're getting kicked out of their homes. They're getting on the streets, man, and they're 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 not doing so good, man. So if the young generation isn't doing so good financially and physically, man, what about the what about the older people, man? You know, how are they struggling, man? You know, and that's because this damn is ultimately America, man. America's sick. America's confused. America has no uh thoughts on its own, man. You know, America's just a say so and follow, man. And it gets old, man, because the stuff that goes on here is just it's like they don't even use common sense, you know. And we've been brought up into America, but we're not a part of it, man. You know, this place has to go. This place is done for, man. You know, and ultimately we was brought here to serve captivity. We're not even supposed to stay here, man. You know, but I'd like to give all praises and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Yakwadash. Double and honors to the elders at GMS who's pushing this truth without truth and sincerity. Shalom.